All right, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Southern Tier Brewing Company, and they're out of Lakewood, New York, and this is their Blueberry C. So they're calling this one a summer wheat ale, and on the side of the can it says ale with a natural flavors. It comes in at 5% alcohol by volume, 15 IBUs at the time of review. I don't know exactly how old this can is, but it does have a best by date of January 2nd of 2024. We're about just over 6 months away from that date, so this should be relatively fresh. So we have another beer here in their summer wheat ale variety 12-pack that I picked up. I reviewed two of the beers so far, their Mango Rays and their Ruby Red Surf. This is the next one, and I have one more after this, which is their Raspberry Shine. These are all fruit-flavored summer wheat ales, they call them. They're just American pale wheat ales. And the Mango Rays is a mango flavored one. The Ruby Red Surf is a ruby red grapefruit flavored one. This is blueberry, and the Raspberry Shine is a raspberry. So I enjoyed the first two. I like the Mango Rays a little bit better than the Ruby Red Surf, but they were both pretty serviceable. I think they're pretty good for what they're going for, and I'm hoping this one was nice because I do enjoy some blueberry fruited beers. So anyway, let's pour it in the glass. I hope the blueberry doesn't come off too candied or fake and has like an authentic blueberry kind of taste to it. We will see. I think the Mango Rays was a little bit more of that, I would say it was a little bit more in the realm of, candied, where the Ruby Red grapefruit one was a little bit more authentic. So we'll see. Anyway, this honestly pours out exactly like the others. It has a pretty clear look to it, not like crystal clear, but pretty clear. Has about a finger of an off-white soap sudsy looking head. It has I'd say that's like an orange gold color. Hold it up to the light. Yeah, I mean, it plays the role of a wheat beer for sure. But this is a blueberry flavored one. So the thing is with the natural flavors, they're not actually using like real blueberries. So this isn't going to have like, that kind of purplish kind of tinge to it. But anyway, let's get nose. Yeah, so the blueberry is definitely coming off as candied, kind of like the Mango Rays. It has more of like a sweeter blueberry nose. There's a little bit of that wheat malt character. Like the base of this beer is very similar, and it's just a light wheat ale base because they're hoping that fruit character is kind of over top of something that's very subtle, light, crushable, and I get that for sure. But yeah, much like the Mango Rays, this is all about that candied blueberry. There's a little bit of that, wheat grain, and that's about it. Like, there's not much to these beers in general. Very simplistic, but again, the first two were pretty well done, and I'm hoping this one is the same. I just hope it's not straight on candied blueberry, the taste, and a little bit more authentic. So let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. Interesting. I'm not a huge fan. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this. Let's go body mouthfeel. Body on this one, kind of like the other ones. Higher side of light, lower side of medium. Light on the palate, but not super light. The mouthfeel on this, it's crisp, it's clean, and here's where I usually say it's refreshing, and with each sip, it's really not all that refreshing, but it is crisp and relatively clean on the palate. The problem is the blueberry character for me here is coming off as way too artificial, not even natural, more artificial, and I'm not a huge fan of that. So right up front, I'm hit with like sweet candied blueberries. It's right at the tip of the tongue, but it kind of dives underneath the palate, which I don't think the rest of them really did. I think maybe the grapefruit one I had a little bit of finish on the maybe both of them I did, but this one's a little bit more prominent on the finish, and we'll talk about that more materially. But right at the forefront, it's like sweet candied blueberries, dives underneath. Then you're hit with that wheat ale kind of base. It has like a weedy sensation, a grainy sensation. Continues out through the palate. Has a little bit of like a floral, like slight hop character, but that's pretty much it from the hops. But on the finish, this finish is the driest of the three I've had. It's pretty dry on the palate. Almost no bitter to speak of, but that blueberry pops back up on the finish, and it just has this, the best way to explain it is just an artificial blueberry kind of character. The other two, the Mango Rays and the Ruby Red Surf, didn't have that like straight on artificial flavor to it. I think the Mango Rays was a little bit more candied and natural, where the Ruby Red Surf was, that Ruby Red Grapefruit was, it kind of was more authentic and in its how it was delivered on the palate. This, not as much. I really don't want to drink any more of this, to be honest with you. That finish is just, picture like an artificial blueberry. And the thing is, this is not sick. It's not like sickly sweet on the palate, but it definitely on the palate, I think while it has that dry finish, there's like a sweetness that kind of pops up with that blueberry that's kind of fighting with the dryness. But I don't know. I would just say the finish on this one is not for me. It's too artificial. I wish the blueberries were more natural in this one because I think I'd enjoy it. Not digging this one. Not digging this one. I'm probably not going to finish the... I hate to waste it, and I bought the Oberon variety pack from Bell's, and I've already drain poured the citrus Oberon, so I don't really want to... This is not a drain pour. Like, I could drink this. This is not like that citrus where it was just absolutely horrendous. It's just the finish to me just is way too artificial. And I'm somebody who enjoys some soda pops, and I can get down with, like, you know, artificial candies and stuff, but in a beer like this, I want it to be light, I want it to be crisp, I want it to be refreshing, and I don't want the finish of a beer to ruin what I'm trying to accomplish with something like this, which is just a low ABV crusher with a little bit of fruit character. And I think the other two, extremely well done. And I thought this would be one of my favorite of the bunch because I like blueberries more than Ruby Red Grapefruit, and I like it just as much as mangoes. I'm like, blueberry? Nah, so Blueberry C from Southern Tier, not a drain pour, but not for me. So I'm going to give this one a, we'll go low 3 out of 5. I'm going to go 2.95 out of 5. I'm not even giving it a 3. It doesn't even deserve it for what I'm looking for. Yeah, just... definitely a miss. So price point availability, the price point on the entire pack was $17.99, a 12-pack. I saw it for a couple more bucks at different areas, so I'd say anywhere probably between like $17 to $22 for the 12-pack. I paid $1.50 a can. It's a good deal for, you know, 4 different summer wheat ales, 3 of each. And right now I would say I probably wouldn't mind rebuying it. But this one is throwing a damper on things, so I'm curious to see how that raspberry shine is. But this is definitely a no buy for me. And availability, it's Southern Tier. You should see the pack if you get any kind of distro of Southern Tier, because this is pretty, I don't want to say heavily marketed, but I've seen this at numerous stores. I've seen it at multiple grocery stores just hanging out like on a display by itself. So you should see it. Maybe you won't, but you probably should. And this is probably going to be hanging out throughout summer, I would imagine. So if you've had this one before, post in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about this one. I didn't think the blueberry one would be my least favorite of the bunch to date, and it totally is by a fair margin. I gave the Mango Rays a 3.75, and I gave the Ruby Red Surf a 3.65, I think. 2.95. Like, that's, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. 5%, you really can't tell with any of these, but man, that finish just didn't do it for me. So if you've had this one, please post in the comment section. I want to hear about this one, because the first 2 I posted, I didn't get a lot of comments about people drinking them, so maybe I'm the only idiot buying this fucking variety pack, and at that point, I guess it's all on me. Anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here in the Beer Patrol. To the next one, cheers.